Hi, I'm Justin Stevens. I worked with Nick Bleuzen on the Senior Journey project to develop a virtual reality application that allows you to play the marimba. Both Nick and I are percussionists who had to learn how to play keyboard instruments, including the marimba, and we chose to build a virtual marimba mainly because we know how big and expensive marimbas can be, which means they're not exactly practical for new students to have one at home to practice with. Virtual reality headsets, on the other hand, while they're still not super cheap, they are much less expensive than an actual marimba, take up much less space, and you also get all that entertainment value from your purchase. Our project runs on Steam-based virtual reality headsets and allows you to play notes on a virtual 4.5 octave marimba. There's a note drill mode where notes are displayed on a music staff, and the user must play the correct note, which will begin to glow after a few seconds. We made the project using the Unity game engine and the Steam VR plugin, which provided us a toolkit to implement the virtual reality functionality with. Nick and I met to set up the initial project, and had some minor issues achieving the behavior we wanted to out of the objects. As we tweaked the settings, though, over the course of our project, we were able to fix almost all of these bugs, so that the collisions felt really solid, and that the mallet snapped into the correct orientation when picked up by the user. After this initial meetup, we started working remotely using a GitHub repository to share the project. Nick worked on the marimba model while I wrote the game software. To model the marimba, Nick used reference photos we took of the band's marimba to draw a scale model in 3ds Max. He applied accurate materials to the surface to give the model a realistic appearance before finally importing it into Unity. The software was written in C#, Unity's scripting language. There is a system to render notes to the music staff, a system to track which keys have been played and to facilitate highlighting the keys, and then an application-level script which ties the two together to implement the note drill game mode. We had planned to demonstrate our project during our class presentation and then later to a middle school percussion class, so Nick designed and built a portable desktop computer that we could carry into the school for the demos. While we were able to run the demo during our class presentation, the middle school demonstration unfortunately could not happen. We're pretty happy with how our project came out, but there are a couple of potential improvements we've identified. For one, we could add more instruments to the games, things like snare drums or drum kits, which would give us the ability to help teach rhythm or limb independence. We could also implement different game modes, which would allow us to, say, guide a user through playing a scale or even through an entire song. And then we could also add support for other headsets beyond the two that Steam supports. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my next project. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, I guess, or email them to us, or anything of that sort. Um, you know, thank you again, and have a great day.